Hey, what up? This is Drunk Under the Sun with Joe and Tom. We're here. We're drunk. We're talking about anything under the sun. Anything you want, maybe we'll have it. If not, fuck off. But if you're listening, thank you. And if you're not, why the fuck are you listening if you don't like it? All right.
It's great.
Because you're interested. Now, fucking the other day, cops are everywhere in this fucking town. Mm-hmm. They're fucking everywhere where we live. And they like to harass people and all kinds of shit. And Joe here, he don't fucking do shit. Well, he does speed. He speeds like a motherfucker. Speeds like a motherfucker. So if I got a bag of weed in my pocket and he's speeding, I'm like, slow the fuck down. And he's just like, I'm like, I want to eat this shit. I gotta eat this shit, Joe. Slow the fuck down. But what's crazy is you never expect this guy. He's not a criminal, not by no means. Dude doesn't do shit. He's the total opposite of me. Not certain points of view.
Yeah.
You know, he's just
the
not.
Sides of the law.
The sides of the law. He's not like me. Right? Like, whole another episode. But he still encountered fucking cops harassing his ass.
Oh, shit.
And people say, harassing you? You guys are white. Yeah, they harass us. It's true.
I mean, I have a different view of it, but...
I call it harassing. He calls it upholding law.
I call it doing their job.
That's not even their job. Their job is not to harass me.
It's harass.
It's harassing. Fuck that.
I remember the first time, like...
But when everybody's white, they gotta harass somebody. So everybody around here is white.
You got a good
so you gotta harass somebody. Who they look for? This guy.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In Delaware.
Fuck Delaware.
In Morrow County.
Morrow County's the same way. Morrow County and Delaware. They're both the same way. They both same way. Fuck them. Fuck them both.
Anyways, I remember the first time I ever got harassed by a cop. Me, my brother, Tim.
All the black people out there going, fuck, you ain't never been harassed.
I know, right?
And I'm like, I'm sorry, not in your guys' way, but in a white person way. Been harassing a white person way.
Yeah. That's sad, but it's true. But anyway.
I've been profiled.
So we're walking, right? It's I don't know what year it is. If anyone remembers when Rush Hour, the original Jackie Chan.
Oh, Chris Tucker
movie came out.
That was early 2000s.
It might have been. It might have been late 90s.
Nah, I think it was early 2000s.
Anyways.
No, if it was 90s, it could be no more 99 at the best. At best, 99.
Anyways, I remember me, my brother.
There's somebody out
Tim,
there right now going, it came out in 1987.
Walking down the road. If you know where I live, I'm really close to another Knox County border. You got Knox County, Morrow County, and then Marion County. Well, anyways, I'm closer to Knox County at the time, so I'm on the other side. Whatever. Anyways, we're walking down the road. Car comes up over the hill.
Oh, shit.
Lights. Shit. Like, we're just walking. Of course, me at the time, big fan of Sting, the wrestler. He's his Crow appearance.
Oh, you got your trench coat on.
I got my trench coat on.
Oh. And they're looking for the trench coat mafia.
Nope. But they are looking for some guys that stole some guns. Yeah. In the middle of nowhere. And we stop, right? And the guys are like, he comes out. There's two of them in one vehicle. Not like in Delaware where there's like 15.
One cop in each vehicle, but there's like 20 vehicles.
Yeah.
It's like you guys could have cut this down in about 9.
Yeah.
Fucking pricks.
Yeah. So one car, two cops. They get out. One starts looking in the ditch. The other guy starts engaging us. Hey, I'm 7. I'm a teenager still. They're talking to me. I'm not listening because I didn't do shit.
He's scared out of his fucking head.
I didn't do shit. I was like, I didn't give a shit what they're doing because I knew nothing was going to happen. And
wait, let me stop right there. That's where you're fucked up. That's where his encounters with the law were very minuscule because he was thinking, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
In reality.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, I was like, nothing. I'm not listening to the guy, whatever.
Well, listen to this fucking pig.
And the other guy's looking in the ditch. Well, they're talking to us and stuff. And the guy comes around. He's talking. He says, did you throw anything in the ditch? Well, to me not listening, I hear...
Yeah, I threw my gum.
Yeah. I just like, yeah. Because I assume we're looking in the ditch. because I see it happening. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, shines his light. Would you throw in a ditch? I didn't fucking throw anything.
Now you're backtracking, son. They did it!
Yeah, so I was like, what? No. I was like, I didn't hear you. I thought you said you're looking in the ditch. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, some people stole some guns. We're looking for them. What are you guys doing tonight? We're like,
Stealing guns?
we're walking to kill time. We're going to go see a movie later. In Mount Gilead. We mentioned Mount Gilead.
Oh,
we're walking the
now you know you're fucked.
We're going the
Mount Gilead, there's not much trouble there.
We're walking the opposite direction, and the cop says, "You gonna walk there?"
Absolutely, retard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk fucking
You're walking there?
a 20-minute drive on
Yeah,
foot,
yeah.
which equals to be 6 hours.
Yeah.
Of course, stupid.
We're like, no, we're going to Mount Gilead. We're not doing anything.
We're walking down the fucking street. That's what you want to take out from this.
Yeah,
Is you can be white and get pulled over just be walking down the street.
in the country.
In the country. Dude, yeah.
This was before we moved out of the country. So, like, that happens. They even, like, they patted us down and everything. And put us up, like, backed us up against the car and shit. And, like, we didn't do shit. Man, it was like, that was the first time. That was the least of my 2 major encounters with the law where I didn't do anything.
What was the other one?
The other one. You know, when Clint lived in the apartments over in Marion.
Yeah.
Well,
Shitville is what I call it.
Yeah. Well,
One of the many spots of Marion. No offense, Marionites.
but
But your town sucks.
360 era. Xbox 360 era.
Okay.
I just got it.
Okay.
It was wintertime because it dropped in November. Sometime I think it was January, February.
Yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
I know this. Go ahead.
Yeah. January, February. I don't know. I'm over there late. Super late. Fucking snows real bad. I didn't think I was going to get out of the place. So I'm leaving. I'm going creeping real slow. And if you've ever been in Marion, you've seen the Harding Memorial. Well,
That's our president.
yeah.
It was one of our presidents, people. He
One
probably
of the many presidents.
one of the many, but nobody remembers them because they were useless. They didn't
Yeah.
do shit.
Yeah.
Harding didn't do
It's
shit.
gigantic and marble and amazing looking, but he was a terrible president, I hear.
Terrible president. He was probably a racist.
Probably. And I'm like cruising down. I'm creeping real slow, whatever. Cop comes up behind me. So I'm like, well, fuck, I'm here. I like kind of duck into the memorial parking lot, and I'm sitting there. He walks up. He's like, he taps on me. Hey, how about we go into your car? I go into my car, and I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever. So we can talk. He sits me down. He's like, now, you got anything in the car? It's like, if you tell me now, it'll be less.
No,
than
it's,
if-
but he's lying because that's never how it goes.
Yeah. It's like, if you tell me now, it won't be as bad as I have to bring the sergeant
He's a liar.
with the canine unit.
He's a liar because it's best just to deny. It's best to deny.
And I'm like, no.
I don't have
ain't-
shit.
And at the time,
They
I
probably
didn't
ripped
do
your
shit.
car. Probably ripped your car apart.
I didn't do shit at the time. Like,
don't
I
care.
didn't even smoke weed then.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That kid didn't do anything.
And I
Probably
was-
sped a lot, but didn't do anything other than that.
So I'm just sitting there, I was like, no, I ain't got shit. Like, you can come bring the dog, I don't care.
Yeah.
He keeps me in his car forever, just being like, are you sure?
That's what they do.
I'm going to call the sergeant.
That's what they do.
And then finally, I guess I broke him because he was like, well, they're busy, so I'm going to have to let you go this time.
They're busy.
I'm like, there ain't no dog anyways. Marion doesn't have no dog.
Well, they got dogs. They're just not trained worth the fuck. That dog shit's bullshit anyways, in my opinion.
So he's like, if the canine and the sergeant come down and they find something, you're going to be in a lot more trouble. And I was like, find some fucking crumbs or some shit.
Yeah,
Ain't got
you're
nothing.
gonna find fucking hamburger wrappers and fucking wrestling DVDs. Yeah, wrestling DVDs and shit like that. Is that what you're gonna find, sir? Do you want to waste your time and find that?
Or Xbox 360
Or
because I had it.
360. Right.
So, because I took it over to Clint's to play it that night. And that's why I was leaving late.
I probably thought you stole it.
So I wind up
You
leaving.
think it was stealing here, son?
If you ever have been in the area, you know there's one lane streets beside the memorial. So one lane going out and one lane coming in. Well, I'm on the going out lane, but I turn coming in.
Oh, fuck.
Right in front of the fucking cop.
That's how he pulled you over.
Right, no. After he let me go. After he let me go, I'm leaving, and I'm just all fucked up.
You're fucked up.
Because
you're scared. You're nervous. He just fucking harassed you. He's bullshitting
and
you.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm going the wrong way.
Now I'm really going to jail. You gonna take my car, my license, all this shit? Did he follow you?
He didn't do shit. I got lucky. He didn't. I don't know if he noticed. I don't know.
You know what he probably did? He probably looked at you and shook his head and said, "This fucking idiot. This fucking idiot."
He's lucky the fucking dog didn't.
Yeah, he's lucky that bitch didn't show up. That's so funny. Because there's so many times I've had cops pull up behind me and just fucking with me. I remember one time cop pulled behind me. Now, he could have... What's crazy about this story is the cop could have had a big bust on his hand. So, at the time of my life here, I was probably... What was I about? 19, 20?
Oh, shit. So, yeah,
19, 20, some shit like that.
Pushing 20 years ago.
But a lot. But I was doing my thuggish rugged shit back then.
Yeah.
So, I was selling weed at the time, right? And I always wore Dickies. I wore Dickies fucking everywhere. And Chuck Taylors.
I bought some Dickies because of you.
Yeah, Dickies. Dickies and Chuck Taylors was like my shit. So I was all G'd up always, all the time. Well, what happened was I was at my dude's house. And if you drove to his house from my house, it was only a 15-minute drive. Now, walking distance, it took me about an hour and a half, 2 or 3 hours, some shit like that. Depending on how fast I went, if I cut through areas and whatnot. Right? So I left his house. Now, I had, I want to say maybe a half ounce, maybe an ounce on me of herb, but it's all broke down into dime sacks, 20 bags, quarter sacks, all that shit. And they were in my Dickies. So I'm walking down the road, and I'm walking on a major interstate.
Yeah.
In our area, it's called 314. If you guys don't know it, then whatever, I don't give a fuck. But it's a big-ass fucking interstate, not a highway, but a fucking major fucking road.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down it, all of a sudden here, these lights come up behind me and slow down. I go, man, this is probably a fucking cop. Boop, boop. So shit was. Right? Now at the time, I'm wearing my Dickies. I got a big ass afro going on, and I'm wearing this bright yellow FUBU jersey. Now that dates it back. If any motherfucker out there knows FUBU, that shit's old as shit, right? So, he gets it behind me, his lights, fucking says, his typical routine, what's your name, what are you doing out here, why are you going, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. I explained to him, look, I'm walking to my dude's house, trying to go home, give him my ID, I'm playing it cool, because I'm like, I can't act stupid, he gonna know something's up.
Yeah.
So if I act fucking straight, he's cool. Give him my ID and shit, and I know I ain't got no warrants on me, so I'm like, I ain't got no warrants.
Not yet.
Not yet. So I'm like, I ain't got no warrants on me, I'm good. So he's like, he asked me what I'm doing, tell him I'm going home. He said, okay, I'm going to run your shit, blah, blah, blah. He goes in there, runs my shit. He comes like, yeah, everything checks out good. Oh, by the way, that's a very good job of wearing that bright yellow clothes this late at night so people can see you walking down the road. I'm like, yes, it is, officer. Very good. Now, this is a sheriff and not a state trooper. Yeah. State trooper, I've been fucked no matter which way I go because they're fucks. But a sheriff would give you at least a benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, with me looking like the way I did, he probably saw me going that road. He's like, oh, I'm going to get this little motherfucker. This little wannabe right here. I'm going to get his ass. But then he saw I had no warrants. He's like, fuck. He ain't got shit. He's not doing nothing wrong. Fuck. So now granted, I had all this weed on me at the time. Lucky I didn't have my gun with me. Normally at that time I had my gun on me. I didn't. And I didn't. Right? So and he's like, okay, well, if you want, I can give you a ride.
Oh, shit.
Right? And in my mind I go, fuck! But on the outside I have to play it cool, and I go, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So you got in my mind, fuck! But in reality I'm going, yeah, that's cool. He goes, just get in the back of the car and I'll take you right home. I said, all right, officer. So I get in the back of the car and I'm in the back of his car with about a half an ounce to an ounce of weed in my pockets, in my Dickies, where shit falls the fuck out. If anybody owns Dickies, they know what the fuck I'm saying. Shit falls out of your pockets all the time. So I'm sitting there going, God, I hope nothing falls out of my fucking pockets. Right? So I'm like, God damn. So he's driving and he's cruising. Now this motherfucker, dude, we're doing like fucking 90. Like, bam, bam. And he's talking the whole way. And I'm sitting there going, He's like fretting, one, because he's fucking flying. What if a deer flies out in front of us and blasts us? Now I got a bunch of sack full of weed. And this dickhead cop wants to hit a fucking deer, right? So on the way, I'm trying to play it cool. I'm being Joe Smooth, like, fuck it, let's do this. And he's like, well, and he's still complimenting me on my clothes because it's a bright yellow jersey. So if you hit it, it's reflective as fuck. Yeah. He's like, that's very smart wearing that this time. And I'm like, you gotta do what you gotta do, officer. You know what I
mean? Because that's what it was about.
That's what it's about. You know, that's why I wore it. You know, I know I was gonna be out late. I'm gonna wear this shit, right? So he's fucking telling me he's asking, you know, fucking shit like, hey, somehow we got on topic with TV, and I'm like, man, officer, I'm just glad you. What it was I told him, I said, man, I'm so glad that you're taking me home right now because I wouldn't be able to get home. And this is when this show was on, The Shield. So The Shield is a show about crooked cops. And I liked it. So I'm like, thank you, officer, for taking me home, or else I'd miss this show, The Shield. He's like, oh, The Shield, I like that too. I'm like, shit, this motherfucker might be crooked. He might fuck me up. Maybe I should sell some weed to him. I didn't ask him that.
I got a ton in my pockets.
I got a shit ton in my pocket. Right? So, I mean, it's not a shit ton, but it's enough to get you fucked. It would have got me a possession charge, a trafficking charge, all these charges, right? Because they were separate baggies.
Yeah, because it was obvious.
It's obvious what I was doing, you know? So, finally gets me home, pulls in my driveway, and if anybody's been in the back of a cop car, you know that you can't get out on your own. You have to wait till this motherfucker opens the door, right? So I'm like, he's like, all right, you're home now. I'm like, all right, thanks, officer. He's like, I'll let you out. And as he gets out of the car, I'm sitting there in my head going, fuck, please nothing be on the ground, on the seats, because I can't see nothing. Like if it falls out and he opens the door and shit's everywhere, you know what I mean? I get popped in my own driveway. Like, what kind of shit is that? Right? So he fucking opens the door. I get out, calm, casually, holding my pockets at the same time, like still trying to be nonchalant about it. And I'm like, all right, thank you, sir. And he puts his hand out, and I'm looking at his hand like, am I supposed to shake this shit? Should I slap it like I do with my homies? You know, slap.
By then, yeah.
Or should I fucking do it like a white person, like, good job, sir? You know?
Well, you were smart enough to wear the jackets.
I was smart enough to wear the jackets.
So you were a white
FUBU jersey. I was smart enough to wear the FUBU jersey. So maybe I was just like, fuck it. But he held us out. I can't remember how I slapped his hand. I think I just shook it normal. Because I didn't want to be obvious. Like, yeah, fool. You know? Like I do with my homies.
Wait a minute!
That's how gangsters shake!
I knew I smelled
something. But no, and like the whole time that he's got the door open, when the door's open, the light's shining inside the vehicle. So I'm like looking as I'm shaking his hand, like, is there anything over there? I'm like, nope, I'm good. So then he shuts the door, gets in his car, and I go inside the house, and I'm like, oh my god, I just fucking dodged so many charges, gangsta. So I smoked blunt after that.
In celebration.
Probably and then I watched The Man Show and Jackass and The Shield. So that was one of my many encounters of mine with police that I got away with some shit. I think it's funny as fuck.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. And it's real. It all happened. That shit's real. So that's our stories about cops harassing white boys in the sticks.
Exactly.
So thank you for tuning in to Drunk with Son. If you didn't tune in, I don't know why I'm talking to you. But if you did tune in, again, gracias, domo arigato, danken shei.